When self-help becomes self-erasure, the identity trap of the personal development world. She used to read novels. Fiction. Stories that made her laugh, cry, escape, imagine. Books that weren't about fixing anything. Just about being. And then, over the years, something changed. The novels were replaced by self-help books. One after the other. Book after book that promised clarity, purpose, transformation, answers. It went on for a decade. 10 years of searching, consuming, reflecting, reframing. 10 years of messages that, despite their different titles and buzzwords, all said the same thing: you're not enough yet, but if you keep working on yourself, maybe one day you will be. This wasn't self-help. This was slow, internal erosion, disguised as growth. By the time she entered the world of coaching and integral leadership, she wasn't a blank slate. She didn't need to be told she wasn't fully showing up, or that she was playing small. She already believed it. Deeply. Habitually. Her entire sense of self was structured around that subtle ache of inadequacy. Coaching didn't challenge it. It confirmed it, spiritualized it, and wrapped it in language that made it sound like empowerment. You're not broken, just blocked. You're ready for your next evolution. Step into your highest self. It sounds inspiring. But it lands like obligation. The never-ending pressure to become more. So while she was working long hours, commuting, burning out at work, she was also battling a private war inside her head. She didn't think she was giving enough. She didn't think she was enough. And when she inevitably collapsed into fatigue on weekends, binging Netflix instead of playing sport, instead of going on hikes, instead of watching her kids play sport, it wasn't laziness. It was collapse. And then came the shame. Because in self-help ideology, rest isn't sacred. Rest is weakness. Stillness is stagnation. Fun is frivolous. Everything must be in service to growth, to potential, to becoming. And when you're not becoming, you're failing. So she kept reading. And eventually, she stopped reading altogether. No more novels. No more fiction. Just podcasts, online courses, and Kindle downloads about becoming better. That was the final shift, when even the simple act of reading for pleasure no longer fit who she thought she had to be. What people don't see is that by the time someone gets to the coaching room, or walks away from their marriage, or reinvents their entire identity, it didn't start there. It started long before, in those quiet moments of self-doubt, shame, and striving, repeated over years until the original self is worn away. This is the trap of the self-help world. It doesn't solve the feeling of not enough, it feeds it. And if you're a high achiever, it hides behind the illusion of discipline and purpose. You're not obsessed. You're committed. You're not collapsing. You're just in between breakthroughs. Until eventually, there's nothing left to fix but the life you built before the ideology took hold. And that's when the real damage begins.